Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking WWE 2K20, and we're talking about the soundtrack when it comes to the next installment of the WWE Games franchise. Now before we get into it, I want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with all my WWE Games content. Now the reason why I wanted to talk about the soundtrack for 2K20 is there has been some development over last night about an artist who is going to be involved or maybe not, according to more developments that have happened today. But I want to talk about this in detail because the original report was that Eminem was going to be involved in the WWE 2K20 soundtrack. He was involved in it last year with 2K19. He had a track featured, and it appears that WWE want to work with the rap god once again. Now, I picked up this report from 411 Mania, and I will link their article in the description box below, but the original report came from Fightful Select, and we're going to talk about that because there has been some more developments around this story. Now, the original report stated a deal had been reached between Eminem and WWE for Eminem to appear on multiple WWE projects, one of which was to appear later this year to contribute to the WWE 2K20 soundtrack. Fightful Select reports that the rap icon reached a deal with WWE that will help promote WWE's launch of SmackDown on Fox in the fall. It will also see him contribute to the video game soundtrack and also includes WWE planning a championship belt that will be produced for Eminem. Very interesting. Now the article continues to detail this. The deal was reached on Tuesday, so this is pretty fresh, hot off the press, and will be the self-proclaimed rap god's first appearance for WWE. Eminem's most recent album was Kamikaze, released in August of last year and was certified platinum in December. So Eminem appears to be agreeing a very detailed relationship with the WWE going forward, helping to support the launch of SmackDown on Fox. He's going to have a championship made for him. I'd love to see what that looks like regardless or not of this detail. And he's also going to be involved in the WWE 2K20 soundtrack. So first and foremost, is Eminem going to be a creator, or however you say it, where he actually picks the songs like we've seen in the past with P. Diddy? Is he going to be doing something like that, or is he just going to allow WWE to use tracks of his as part of the soundtrack? I actually like the sound of this because I'm a big fan of Eminem. I'm a fan of hip hop music, so I would be more than open for 2K to focus on the music genre being a hip hop style. But also as well, I used to like the old WWE games where you had those sort of rocky tracks, you know, a little bit more intense, a bit like how the Attitude Era was, and also the Ruthless Aggression Era. And those kind of things have kind of dropped away over the years for the soundtracks for these games to just be a bit more commercial. So I'd kind of like to take it back and yeah, focus on hip hop, also focus on rock, and maybe a bit of metal in there as well. I think that would produce a good soundtrack for a WWE game, because really it's a wrestling game, it's a fighting game, and you kind of want that little bit of oomph, and that's what the soundtrack should give you. However, this story, and like I said, it was only reported on Tuesday, so it's fresh, has already taken another twist and turn, and it took this twist before I was even going to finish talking about it. So this is the detail, and this is the updated detail of where we're at when it comes to Eminem working with WWE on all these projects, and most notably WWE 2K20 and the soundtrack. So 411 Mania have updated their article, and again I have linked it in the description box below so you can read the full article for yourself. But they've said this: not so fast. Maybe the following report from earlier today stating that Eminem had signed a deal to work with the WWE is not as clear as it should be, because his rep is shooting it down. Dennis Dennehy told Pro Wrestling Sheet that no deal has been signed. The statement said there was a very brief exploratory conversation that involved a third party and 2K Sports, not Eminem's team. It has not gone beyond preliminary discussions, and any reports to the contrary are false. Right now, there is no plans to further pursue it. Interesting. And it also goes on to say in this article, Fightful amended their original story but only to acknowledge that the rep's statement, and added, Fightful sticks by our story and was told the deal was close this afternoon. So now you've got to kind of make up your mind for yourself at this stage until more detail is reported. Have Fightful jumped the gun here? And you know, the potential rumour, a source has provided this information to Fightful and they've gone with it before the deal was reached, and now Eminem's rep and his team are saying no deal yet. There's been preliminary talks but nothing more than that. Or is Eminem's rep trying to do some damage control about a story that is true and has been in the works? The deal has been agreed, but WWE, 2K and of course Eminem wanted to keep this under wraps, which I could very well see being what this is, because if you think about it, it's a pretty big deal. Eminem working with WWE for the first time in a major capacity. He's going to appear on WWE TV to promote SmackDown on Fox. He's going to have a championship created for him. Again, I'd love to see what that looks like for the rap god. And also, he's going to be working on the WWE 2K20 soundtrack in some sort of capacity. That's quite a lot. And that's quite a lot of awesome things that WWE and Eminem, I'm sure, would have liked to announce themselves, but instead it's been leaked. So it's very interesting. I think Eminem being involved in the WWE 2K20 soundtrack is very interesting, but it does depend on what that involvement is, because is he going to be picking the entire track listing like we've seen in the past with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and P. Diddy? And I always wonder about that process of when they pick the tracks, are they given the freedom to pick any track that they like, or are they told by 2K and WWE that you must pick a track from this genre, then this genre, then this genre, to make the track and the playlist more versatile and open to different audiences? So I'm kind of interested in how that works, the selection process when it comes to choosing tracks, and the freedom that an artist gets if they are involved in a soundtrack for a WWE game. But nevertheless, it could just be that Eminem is going to provide a couple of tracks for the game itself. Maybe he'll do a specific track for a WWE game. I remember when they actually had John Cena create a specific track, and then it was never actually featured in a WWE game, which was weird. But I'd be interested if Eminem did that, went out of his way to actually rap about WWE superstars, past and present. I think that would be really cool to hear a specific song for a WWE game by one of the greatest rappers of all time. But we'll have to wait and see. So I kind of hope there is some truth to this story, and that Eminem is going to have some involvement with WWE. It seems a bit random if it's not. It's kind of come out the blue, and like I said, the story seems to be snowballing at the moment, which from time to time, if someone pipes up to try and do some damage control, it usually makes me lean towards there is some truth to it. It's just that they didn't want the detail to come out so soon. So what do you think about this? And the question I will put to you guys is, if you could pick any song from Eminem's catalogue of music, what song would you like to hear from Eminem in a WWE game? Any song that you like. I'd love to hear your suggestions, which song you'd like to hear, and I think it would be great to know that. So make sure you get involved and also let me know what you think about this detail. Do you think it's true? Do you think there's truth to the rumour? And if so, is this going to be a building relationship with WWE and MNM? And what on earth is this championship going to be looking like if it is true that MNM is going to receive from the WWE? Is it just going to be a WWE championship with MNM side plates, or are they going to go all out and give him his very own customized championship belt? Very interesting, very random that it's come up at this point in time, but like I said, it sounds like that Fightful got the jump on this and went straight for the jugular. But let me know what you think, and all that's left to be said until we get some more detail. And if we do, and this story does develop, I will bring you the latest on the channel. We're talking about 2K20, we're on the road now, and all that's left to be said is please rate, comment, and subscribe. This is Delzinski, signing out.